Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life.
Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shalom Yemini. Each week, we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find inspiration that will complement your daily life and intensify your connection to God.
This week's Parsha Perspective is sponsored in memory of Shlomo Ben Edward. May his soul be uplifted and his memory a blessing. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Korach. Our Parsha begins with the powerful Korach staging a rebellion against Moshe Rabbeinu and his brother Aaron. Together with a few ringleaders, Korach assembled 250 men and accused Moshe of nepotism and power hoarding. They took specific issue with Moshe's appointment of his brother Aaron as a Kohen Gadol. Their belief was that since the entire Jewish nation was holy, there was no need for anyone to be higher than another and hold the position of leader. In response to these accusations, Moshe proposed that the next day they would all participate in a test, and this would show who God determined to be the Kohen Gadol. Everyone was to bring a Keteris offering, an incense offering in the Mishkan, and the offering that would be accepted will show who was chosen. However, Hashem was deeply angered by Korach's offering and decided to punish him and his accomplices for the lack of faith in Moshe Rabbeinu. He commanded Moshe and Aaron to distance themselves from Korach and his allies, as a giant hole opened up beneath them, swallowing them alive. The Jewish nation persisted in antagonizing Moshe and Aaron. They blamed him for the death of Korach and his supporters, and Hashem was enraged and sent a plague that began to kill the Jewish nation. However, Moshe Rabbeinu quickly instructed Aaron to offer a Keteris offering that appeased God and stopped the plague. Nevertheless, almost 15,000 people died during this short time. However, a question comes to mind. How could the Torah name this Parsha after a man who incited a rebellion against God's chosen leaders and paid for his actions with his life? The Medrash Tanchuma on this Parsha explains that the reason the Parsha is called Korach is to teach us that we should not try to connect with Hashem as Korach did. He thought he can do better and therefore decided to circumvent and sidestep God's chosen leaders. As the Pasuk writes, Zikaron lebnei Yisrael, leman asher lo yikrav izor asher lo mizera Aaron hu lahaktir k'toras lefnei Hashem, v'lo yiyeh kekorach ka'adosai, kasher diber Hashem biyad Moshe loy. It shall act as a reminder for the Jewish people that anyone who is not from the children of Aaron shall not offer Keteris offering before God, for lest they suffer the same fate as Korach and his supporters. However, the Lubavitcher Rebbe gives a deeper and more powerful explanation. He explains that the reason the Parsha is called Korach is to bring peace to such a problematic situation. He quotes the Rambam in Mishnah Torah that the whole purpose of the Torah is to bring peace into this world. As Shlomo HaMelech famously writes in Mishlei about the Torah, Darchel darkei noyam, v'chol nisivuseh shalem. All her ways are pleasant and all her paths are peaceful. And since Korach's intentions were to emphasize every Jew's holiness, the Torah highlighted that goal and named the Parsha after him. As he says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Rav lechem ki chola eda kulam kedoshim, ubesoich Hashem madua tesnasu al kahal Hashem. You have gone too far, for the entire community is holy and God is in their midst. Why do you raise yourselves above God's congregation? The Torah elevated Korach even though he fought and rebelled against Moshe Rabbeinu. For God truly wants peace in this world and is even willing to have his holy name erased for reconciliation between husbands and wives. And this is why Aaron himself was chosen to be Kohen Gadol, because Aaron loved peace and pursued peace, and he loved all creatures. In our daily life and during these trying times, it is imperative that we stay together and be unified despite all differences. This can be achieved by appreciating all the differences that make us an individual. For when we are joined together and united on all fronts, we can accomplish goals far beyond our imagination. There's an amazing quote by Albert Einstein. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Have a great weekend and good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.